Whether you love them or hate them, you have to admit, automatic knives are pretty friggin' cool. So in this video, I'll show you what to look for when you're buying your very own push-button automatic knife. Hey, how you doing? I'm Jay, and if this is your first time here, well, welcome to my channel, and go ahead and click on that subscribe button if you're looking for knife reviews that get right to the point. Now, most automatic knives, they usually feature what's called a plunge lock, and meaning that you simply push the button, which moves a cylinder out of the way to allow the spring to go ahead and deploy the blade. Let me demonstrate. You see that? I'm pushing on the button, and on the inside you see that cylinder that's moving up and down. That is the entire plunge lock mechanism. There are about 6 characteristics that I look at before making my purchasing decision on an automatic knife. The first one being, well, are the knives legal to carry in your area? What is the handle and blade material? Is the firing button recessed? Does the knife feature a safety lock? Is there any blade play that when the blade is open or closed? And finally, is the pivot screw, is it accessible so you can adjust it? Number 1, so in your area, can you legally carry an automatic knife? And if you can, are there any like blade size restrictions? Does it have to be under a certain length? Like, for example, like in California, you can carry an automatic, but the blade has to be under 2 inches in length. Number 2, handle and blade materials. Now, many automatics, they do have aluminum scales, which is nice because it helps to keep the weight down. Unfortunately, I'm just not the biggest fan of aluminum scales, just because they tend, in my experience anyway, they tend to scratch, and so of course they're going to show wear pretty quickly, and sometimes they can even lack traction. So yeah, making them just they can be slick. Several autos, they do feature either 154 cm or CPM 154 blade steel. For example, like all of the Kershaw Launch series knives, like you're seeing here with the Launch 1, they all use CPM 154. Now, most Protechs use 154 cm unless it's a limited edition like this model, which has S35 VN. Same goes for Hogue. They also use 154 cm. Number 3, does the knife have a recessed firing button? Because what that's going to do is it will help to reduce the chance of an accidental deployment in your pocket. And you can see here on this Protech that it does feature that nested button. And now there are many automatics where it is not recessed. In those instances, the knife should minimally have a safety lock, which this Protech in fact does. Now, a well-made automatic will have a properly seated safety switch. Unlike this Ganzo Firebird auto, which, I don't know if you can hear that, but yeah, that rattling, that's the safety lock. So that means that it's not very well seated, so the fitment isn't that good. Now, maybe this is the old man in me, but I personally prefer all of my automatic knives to have safety locks, especially as a left-handed user like myself, for automatics that only have a 1-position pocket clip, like here on this Protech. Number 5, is there any blade play when the knife is open or closed? Now, just like most OTFs, like this from Guardian Tactical, a little bit of blade play, it's necessary, so this is able to achieve that quick and snappy deployment. Now, since I don't like even the slightest tick of movement, I'm honestly willing to sacrifice just a little bit of that speed for the sake of solidity. Now, similar to conventional folders with, you know, some of them that that'll experience detent play when closed. Automatics can also sometimes experience a little bit of movement when they're closed. Like here on this Benchmade Casbah, I'm going to bring it up really close and hopefully you can hear this and see it. Yep, that's the little bit of play. Now, not that it affects the operation of the knife. I mean, it still works perfectly fine. It's really just more of an annoyance to me, if anything else. And number 6, does the knife have an accessible pivot and stop pin screw so that blade play can be corrected if it is present? And you can see here on this Benchmade Casbah that it actually features both. So I really like that because that just, it really helps to adjust and fine-tune that action. And I don't know how many of you are familiar with the Piranha brand knives, but that is that's one example of an automatic without an adjustable pivot screw. Hey, let me know down in the comment section below, what is your all-time favorite push-button automatic knife? I'll tell you mine, and it's going to be this guy, the Hogue EX-A03. And now all of the knives that I've shown you here today, I have previously reviewed. So if at the end of the video, look up to that corner, yep, right there, click on the icon, and you can watch any of these full knife reviews. Now, I just mentioned 6, but of course there's many other features and characteristics to consider when buying a push-button automatic knife. I mean, stuff like the price, the overall size and weight, the blade shape, but all that stuff, that's pretty much subjective. If you enjoyed this video and you got any value from it, maybe just leave, I don't know, a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing. Hey, thanks for watching, and I will see you at the next video. Take care.